Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge presented by Bolt Law Group. Tonight we're here for round 6 at ISM Raceway, also known as Phoenix, and the guys are just wrapping up practice here and getting ready to go out and qualify. We have about 5 minutes of qualifying, and we're going to head on down to the track here in a little bit and see how the guys are doing in the qualifying session. It's not too bad a day out here at the ISM. There's 78 degrees. Air temperature. Winds a little picked up a little bit. It was 4 miles an hour earlier. Now it's up to 5 miles an hour. Track temperature has gone up a couple of degrees, up to 103 track temperature. That will be interesting to see how these tires handle that. And I have noticed, they've been having some issues. I've been seeing in different races all week long. The servers and the cars connection issues, and you may see several guys out here popping in and out. And if that happens, don't be surprised, because that just very well may be the case this evening. And let's go down on track here and see who we've got here. That's the 61 there, Vincent Sora. Let's see what kind of times he's look like he's on the out lap here. Actually, he has put a time down to 27.662, and that was his best so far. They only get 2 laps of qualifying. Mitchell looking to see if he can. I'm not. Did I say Vincent Sora? I'm sorry. I think I meant Mitchell, Rick Mitchell here. And he finishes with a 27.662 as his best lap. And a few other guys on the track. That's Watchhorn. He's currently 5th fastest. And I think a lot of the guys are probably just about finished now. I don't see too many people on track. Looks like everybody's pretty much in. So we're just waiting for the timer to roll over to the race session. And while we're doing that, we're going to take a quick peek at the point standings here. And I do apologize. That was already up there. I didn't mean for that to be blocking your view there and stuff. But as you can see, boy, I tell you that things are pretty tight at the top there. Dustin Swingle is only 1 point ahead of Thomas Walter, followed by Vincent Sora, Kyle Rochelle, Aaron Kralik, Josh Bearden in 6th position, Adam Westfield 7th, Maurice Gomillion 8th, Alfred Vasseur 9th, and Donald Arnett Jr. rounding out your top 10. And we should be rolling over to the race server, or the race session here shortly. We're showing at 3 minutes now. They only had, and I think it's actually a total of 5 minutes qualifying time. So we do have a couple of more minutes. Let's look and see if we can find somebody in the chat server here. Maybe get a chat with them very quickly here. Let's see. Let's try to see if we can. I see. I thought I saw Watchhorn in here. I was going to try to grab him, Merrick Watchhorn, and he's with Watchhorn E Motorsports. We're going to see if we can bring him up to the booth here real quick. Hey, Merrick, this is Tony Rice in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, got a good copy.
Hey, how you doing tonight, man?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Oh, pretty good. It looks like getting ready to get rolling here and stuff. I tell you, you had a wild weekend last week, and but you were looking good in practice there. You were pretty quick, and so how you think things are going to play out this week?
Track's slick. We're gonna be sliding up the track a lot going into turn 3.
Uh-huh.
So I'm hoping I don't get rammed from behind. I didn't qualify the best. I was hoping
Right.
a top 5, top 5 start, but you win some, you lose some. So we're just gonna baby this Twiggy car and get her to the front, and hopefully we can be there to the end and race for the win.
10-4. Well, good luck, man. Maybe we'll talk to you later on. I'm going to put you back down to your team here, and we'll maybe talk to you later.
10-4, man.
All
Thanks.
right, take it easy. Okay, that was Merrick Watchhorn, and the field is getting ready to, guys getting ready to head out now. They should be in the process. Nobody's quite gone out on track just yet. They're pretty much sitting there. And while they're sitting there, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup here. And on the pole, you have Vincent Sora. Starting second is Josh Bearden. In third position, you have Carson Bowers. Kyle Rochelle, fourth place. Starting fifth, Thomas Walter. Dustin Swingle is in sixth. Merrick Watchhorn starting seventh position. Adam Westfield, eighth. Jesse Thornock, ninth. Aaron Kralik is 10th position. Donald Arnett Jr. starting 11th. Ferraro starting 12th. That's Ryan Ferraro. And then starting 13th position, we have Rick Mitchell Jr. 14th, we have Rick Mitchell. And not sure if they're related or not there. That'd be interesting to find out. 15th, we have Mike Vano. Chip Parks in 16th. Max Foner in 17th. Timothy Wright, 18th. 19th, we have Dakota Moniz. 19th, we have Landon Durhold. Patrick Hernandez starting out 21st position. And 22nd, we have Maurice Gomillion. And 23rd, we have Joshua Stevens. Jonathan Roberts starts 24th position. In 25th position, we have Frederick Hofstetter. In 26th position, we have Alfred Vasseur. Josh Warner starting 27th. And rounding out the field is Reno Sims. Uh, 250 laps tonight, folks. And just like Merrick Watchhorn said, we saw that the temperature is 103 degrees. The hotter it gets, the hotter those tires get, and the slicker they get. And boy, I tell you, this could be a real barn burner here. Let me tell you. The pace truck is bringing them around. The pace truck is off, and we're getting ready to go green, waiting for that green light.
Green flag.
And we're racing at ISM. So we're down into turn one cleanly. Everyone seems to be going pretty good through turn one. No calamities. And he's followed by Josh Bearden in second position. Bearden's got Carson Bowers close by there, trying to get that Oscar Myers machine going. Meanwhile, Kyle Rochelle, he's taking a peek down on the inside of Bowers. A little further back, there's Dustin Swingle, currently running fifth. He's got a nice little gap right now between him and Adam Westfield. And there's Westfield, and he's got a bit of a battle. Oh, and we do have a caution. And looks like it's Josh Warner. We'll see what happened there. Here's Josh Warner, the 17 machine. It looks like he might, yeah, he just lost it. And then hard into the outside wall and into the inside wall. And the good thing, he didn't collect anybody, so that's great. And his car doesn't look all that damaged. So that's good for Josh there. Able to keep that thing rolling. And he may not even use a faster pair on that in this particular situation. Caution on lap 4 of 250. Now with the track being so slick out there, it'll be interesting to see if the leader comes in, because they really want to, they might want to keep these tires just as fresh as they possibly can. And we've got, some folks doing a little trickery there, dipping down and saying, no, we're not going for that today. Some guys did go. There's Landon Durhol. He's coming in. He's followed by Timothy Wright. We have Patrick Hernandez. He's on the way in. And several cars are coming in. We have Alfred Vasor. He's coming in. There's Dakota Moniz. He's in the pits. Also, let's see, Reno Sims. He's decided to come in. And Josh Warner, he's getting tires, probably topping off with a little fuel there as well. Let's see who comes out first here. Look like they're all, well, doesn't look like maybe all of them are going to get out before the field comes around, unless they don't hustle. There's a 17. He's getting away. There's the pace truck coming out of onto the front stretch. Looks like everybody is going to get away and not lose a lap. Alfred Vasor, the last to get out before the pace truck comes around. Now that Vincent Sora, he's still your leader there. You know, Bowers, he did get by Josh Bearden. Apparently he must have crossed the line and into that position before the caution flag came out and froze the field. Bearden was in second place there. Now lap 6 of 250. And these laps are going to wind off fast here, folks. That was very fortunate. I was glad to see that nobody else got caught up there when Josh Warner spun. It's such tight quarters here at ISM, and as you see, sometimes when you hit that outside wall, you're kind of like a pinball there. You get the bouncing back and forth, and things get tight pretty darn quick. So we're trying to keep some heat in those tires. It is 103 degrees, though. Want to be careful not to try to get them too warm, because I get the funny feeling the tires aren't going to last too long today. And it seems like everybody did a good job on that last restart, and just got to be real careful out there today. We've got the green flag here, lap number 8, and we're racing again at ISM. Sora takes him down once again. Bauer's a little closer, and we've got somebody spinning in the back, and that was Josh Bearden. Let's take a look at that. The 6 car, the Viagra machine there. Oh, and you saw him kind of snap to the right there, tried to correct, and he locked it down. He did get tagged. And everybody just, and who is that? I can't see who that is. The 20, is that the 48? He did not hit him, but he did a great job of locking it down before he got to the 6 machine. Tough break for Josh Bearden there, and that will bring out caution number 2. We have a couple of folks on pit road. Actually, you have Josh Warner. He's going in. He's actually the only car that's going in right now. He's going he's not careful, he's going to go a lap down here. Here comes the field. And there they go. We've got about, let's see, about 28 car. There's a 28 car field tonight. Excellent showing for tonight's race. He must, I guess he's trying to get some damage done. And here, a few more folks coming in here. There's Timothy Wright. He's coming in for service. Dakota Moniz, followed by Jonathan Roberts. And Josh Bearden there. He is. He's actually looked like he's well, he's coming in. He did qualify. I believe he qualified second, and so he had to come all the way down to the end of pit road to get to his stall. Let's see if he used a faster pair there. Go and get some fresh tires at least on the outside. I'm guessing he's going to get 4. Keep those tires. Yep, and the left side's going on. Down and away. We're at lap 11 already of 250. It's not going to take long for these laps to click off here. Vincent Sora continues to lead the field. There's Patrick Hernandez. He's on his way out. There's Max, followed by Max Foner. Alfred Vasseur, he's on the way out. Jonathan Roberts. I think any opportunity that some of these guys have to get some fresh tires, they're definitely going to take them. Lights are out on the pace truck. We'll be going green next time around. Making their way now down to the dog leg. Yeah, Sora, Bowers, Rochelle, Watchorn, Schwingel in Westfield, Walter, Kralik, Ferraro, and Mitchell Jr. are your top 10. Pace truck is in, waiting for that green flag.
Green flag.
And we're racing it once again on lap 13. Once again, sorry, he's getting a good jump every time. Bowers has pretty much been right there, though. Not letting him get away. Of course, we have some of the usual suspects behind him. Oh, and I think I just saw somebody spinning. And I believe that was Carson Bowers. Let's take a look here. Yeah, see his car, he's got a connection issue there. We were going to try to lock in on him, but we can't lock in on him because his car is not staying in the server enough for us to lock in on him. But I saw him spinning there in the background. Yeah, it's going to be pretty slick out here today, folks. I think it's more of a thing. It's not so much people running into each other, but just trying to deal with this hot, slick track here at ISM Raceway. We'll look and see if anybody comes in this time around. And we just literally just came in. I wouldn't think, well, we do have some folks coming in again. There's Rick Mitchell. I think he might have been the guy that was, no, it was Carson Bowers actually that was spinning. Let's see. I don't even see him. He's coming into the pits. Oh boy, he did get some damage. Oh man, and he was running. I believe he was running second. And man, that Oscar Mayer machine is tore up. I'm thinking he's going to use a faster pair on this one. Yep, there he goes. He got it fixed brand new. I think they only have one faster pair, and I tell you, 250 lap race, you sure don't want to use it that close to the beginning. But hey, if you have to use it, you know, you really don't have any choice, you know. Dakota Moniz, he's heading into the pits. Probably on the top. If they're probably also topping off the tanks if they can get a long green flag run going here. That could pay some dividends later on in the race. That's the 5 car of Timothy Wright in front of Moniz there. Looks like they're on their way out. There's Mike Vano. He's on his way out. There's Dakota making his way back out on the track. Looks like the 20. Who is that? Is that the 28 car? I don't show anybody in the pits. That's Warner, I believe. Alfred Vasseur. Well, it looked like he was getting ready to come in, and I don't know. Guess he tried to fake somebody out there. Vincent Sora continues to lead. Now 17 laps in the book. The lights are out on the pace truck, and we'll be going green once again. This will be lap 18 on the start, and here we go. Sora once again drops the hammer, tries to get away. This time he's got Kyle Rochelle behind him. Rochelle is a little closer than Bowers was on that restart. Third position, there's Merrick Watchorn, followed by Dustin Swingle. Watchorn did say he was going to try to baby that car through here and see if he can stay out of trouble, and so far he's at the right end of the field, running in third position here. Now we're starting lap 20 of 250. Looks like the top 3 are starting to pull away a little bit from the rest of the field. Dustin Swingle is the next car back in fourth position. Over a half a second now between him and third place Watchorn. He does have Thomas Walter for company. Somebody was up there high up on the wall, but doesn't look like they hit. They're starting to space out pretty good now. Oh, and we do have a caution. It looks like it's Might be Joshua Stevens here. Let's take a look back and see. There's Stevens, the 88 machine, that dark car, the U.S. Army machine. Oh, and he was kind of the meat in the sandwich. Got together with the 8 car there and locked it down, and fortunately he did slide down to the inside. Plenty of room for everyone to get on by there. His car doesn't look all that bad either. Looks like just a little bit of a door slammer there between him and the 8 car. I would not be surprised though, and here they come, the leaders coming into the pits. Sora and company. Everybody's coming in. Well, just about everybody. There's a few guys decided to stay out, and they probably, I mean, this is the third or fourth caution now already, and there's been just about everybody's pitted each time. So somebody now is going to roll the dice and say, you know what, I'm going to get some track position here. And one of those guys is Dustin Swingle. He's your new leader. And the 41 of Carson Bowers. Now, Bowers, he was up there at the front at the beginning portion of the race, and he did have to use that fast repair and get his nose replaced on the car, and I guess he decided to stay out, and he may be safer at the front than further back in the field, although we haven't really seen too many guys getting together. It's been mostly just the track biting folks, losing a little bit of grip coming out. The 9 car, he's got his front's busted in there, dented in a little bit there. He's gotten into the back of somebody. You also have to worry about the radiator, making sure you get enough airflow in there to keep your water temperature down. 103 degrees track temperature. I'm sure he'll be watching that water temperature gauge. Down lap 24 of 250. Looks like just about everybody that's gone into the pits has come out. Pretty much everybody pitted on lap 22.
Green flag.
And we're green flag once again. Schwingel at the front there. Bowers back up at the front where he had been before. They both got a pretty good jump on the rest of the field. Carson Bowers taking a dip down on the inside there in that open dog leg. And, wow, Schwingel must have swung out there just a little bit, lost ahead to gather it up, and Carson Bowers just literally drove right under him into the lead. And Bowers, well, I tell you, he may have a setup to beat today, folks. He's already almost a half a second ahead of Schwingel. Oh, and that's something he didn't want to see. Another caution here. Looks like it's Josh Warner. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Warner, the 17 machine, that's that DeWalt car. And he lost it, and somebody else was already crashing. It looked like maybe that was that the 12? And there's Warner, and I think we also Joshua Stevens. That's just our previous caution there. But there was somebody else spinning. When we saw Warner going down towards the wall there. Okay, Jonathan Roberts. him and a handful of other cars are hitting pit road here. Patrick Hernandez, he's on the way in. There's Ryan Ferraro. He's in his pit. There's Max Foner, he's coming in. And Vasseur, he's in there as well. And everybody's just really taking advantage of these cautions to keep these tires as fresh as possible. Not really seeing any real damage on anybody. So guys are doing a great job of avoiding each other. It's kind of ironic, you know, we've been at some bigger tracks, and it just seemed like we've had situations where they just couldn't get out of the way and got collected. You know, had a few cautions that way, and now we've had a few here, but it's mostly just been self spins or you know, and guys have done a great job at being able to avoid, you know, the car getting out of control. I think they know they need to give a bit of room here. That exit coming onto the front stretch, that can be a little interesting there. We have and of course going right through the middle of the dog leg here as well. We've had some folks, you know, kind of lose it just a little bit. And Robert Mitchell, he's in 6th position. Watchhorn, he's back up to 3rd place there. I think that's as high as he's gotten so far in the race. And we got somebody else, and the lights are out on the pace truck, and they're getting ready to go around the back of the track here. Patrick Hernandez decided to come back in. Warner, he's still sitting there, the 17 car. He has he must be having some work done on the car. While Hernandez, he's already had his service done, so he's back out on track. The pace truck will be coming in this time. Waiting for that green flag.
Green flag. Everybody's rolling.
And everybody's going. There we go again. Bowers with a pretty good restart there. There's Watchhorn. Now, but see, oh boy, Watchhorn's going to have his hands full if Bowers keeps blinking like that. Boy, I tell you, that's something you definitely don't want to see from the car in front of you. He's not going to know where that guy is at certain points around the track, and just hopefully by watching his racing line can have an idea where he thinks he is or should be. Looks like he's trying to drive under him. Yeah, I think he might have said, you know what, I'm not going to stay behind that guy blinking like that. I need to get in front of him. Looks like Rochelle is trying to follow through too, and he moved into 2nd position. Kyle Rochelle, he may try to make a move on Watchhorn himself. I think I saw Bowers. He was blinking out again there a little bit. Sometimes you'll see a puff of smoke on the track, and that's just one of the characteristics of when a car blinks out sometimes. It's funny. It's almost like it goes poof, and it's gone, and then it comes right back. One of the perils of online racing that you really cannot do anything about. Watchorn and Rochelle trying to distance themselves from the rest of the field. And Bauer is blinking or no blinking. He's trying to hang in there. And there's Vincent Sora. He was at the front there for a while. Still in the top 4. Dustin Schwingel, he's been up near the front most of the day already. And there's Thomas Walter. Walter, he's been coming on pretty strong here the last few races. He's right there up at the top of the charts in the points as well, and he's looking for a good finish. He's followed by Adam Westfield, currently running 7th. About the top 9 or 10 cars are spaced pretty good from the rest of the field. There's Aaron Kralik running 8th position. iRacing, not iRacing, but Trading Paints seems not to be working on his car today. I saw it working a little earlier in practice, but for whatever reason, it's just not loading. So he'll be in the white car today. He's followed by Josh Bearden there. Rounding out the top 10 is Jesse Thornock in that chrome-colored car. He's followed by Maurice Gomillion. Gomillion, he's actually getting under attack from the 48 there. Alfred Vasseur did just get right in front of him. I thought I heard Gomillion's tires there scrubbing just a little bit. I don't want to put too much stress on those tires, not in this heat. I'm sure everybody's trying to baby them as much as they possibly can and yet still have to push hard. He's followed by the 87 of Rick Mitchell Jr. He's followed by another Valvoline machine here, Rick Mitchell. Back in 15th position, we have Donald Arnett Jr. He's rolling right along there. He's being followed by Max Foner there in 16th position. Now Reno Sims, he's running 17th, and they've distanced themselves a little bit from the cars behind them as well. 18th position, Joshua Stevens. Behind Stevens, we have the 99 of Frederick Hofstetter. And looks like the 27, Mike Vano, just did take that position away from Hofstetter. Hofstetter's coming under attack a little bit now. The 2 car there, Hernandez, he's getting by as well. And we have Ryan Ferraro. He's right behind Hofstetter. He's followed by Dakota Moniz, 22nd position. And behind Dakota, we have the 3 car of Jonathan Roberts. Running so far right now, running shotgun in the field is Chip Parks in the 30 machine. And Watchorn, he continues to lead, almost a half second ahead of Rochelle. And we're at 45 laps in the book of 250. And they have opened up, wow, look at the gap that they have opened up from the rest of the field. I mean, they're almost going to be almost a straightaway ahead of the entire field in a couple of laps if they continue at this pace. They're coming out of the last turn and they're going into turn 1. Rochelle trying to hang with Wacho in there. And they may not exactly be racing super hard right now either. Trying to conserve those tires, and they know they've got a clean track in front of them right now anyway. There's nobody in front of them. They've got a very clear track. So it's a matter of just winding off some laps here. And if they can stay caution-free, boy, I tell you, it'll be something to get some green flag pit stops around here, boy. You're gonna have to get in there and hit your marks right on the money. This track, I mean, for some reason you kind of get the feeling it almost runs like a short track, even though it isn't. They click the laps off so quickly here. Watchhorn, he's not exactly getting away from Rochelle, and they're pretty much holding station there right now. Carson Bowers, though, he's kind of doing the same thing, maybe with Vincent Sora. They've got a little bit of a gap between them and Thomas Walter and Adam Westfield. There's Walter right there. It looks like 2 more pairs of cars, actually, and there's Westfield. He doesn't look like he's in any particular mood to try to attack him right now. I think we just saw the 17 there. He was just coming back out of the pits, maybe. Yeah, that was Josh Warner. He's getting back up to speed. He was in the pits for quite a while. There's Josh Bearden. He's running in 7th position at the moment. Aaron Kralik, 2/3 of a second behind him in that white car. This is something probably everybody's happy to see right now, to see these cars spaced out a bit so that everybody can just run clean lines and get those tires really up into their operating temperatures. But even though Watchor did say it was pretty slick out there, now he's opened up the gap just a little bit now, just over half a second from Rochelle. Eric Watchorn having a good run so far. It looks like he's finally getting ready to catch some back markers here. That's Dakota Moniz. Might be going a lap down here shortly. Let's check the gap there. And Moniz, he's at the tail end of the lead lap, and of course we do have. Oh, and we have a caution. Oh, and right in front of the leader. Oh boy, he's able to get through. Looks like that was Joshua Stevens. Let's roll it back and see what we see here. There's Stevens, the 88 machine, that dark car. He came off the turn and he kind of lost it and bounced off the wall. Looks like he got right in that mustard colored car there. That front stretch can be terrifying, folks. I mean, if you get it wrong coming out of that last turn and you hit the wall, you might as well start looking for the inside wall, because it's probably going to be right there waiting for you, just like it was that time with Stevens. And once again, we see another car, go like a ping pong ball a little bit and not really showing a whole lot of damage. That's probably something he might be able to get away with, just going in the pits and getting it looked at. Everybody's diving into the pits. Mike Vano, he's your new leader. Elected to stay out. There's Vincent Storer. He's in the pits. Josh Beard and pretty much everybody. There's Watchhorn. He's on his way back out. Now on lap 55 of 250. There's Joshua Stevens now making his way to pit road. Let's see if he uses a faster pair. Doesn't quite look like it because the car doesn't look like it's that banged up. You really want to save that until a time when you're really going to need it. He'll probably be in the pits for oh, there he goes. He's on the way already. He is on the tail end of the lead lap, so he was able to get in there, and he might try to go around and just come up to the back of the field and then dive in again and get a few more seconds of work done on that car. And let's see, nobody else is in the pits at this time. We do have 3 retirements. Arnett, Wright, and Durhold. And there's Stevens once again on pit road. He's the only one. Actually, yeah, Arnett is actually he's not retired. He's just in the pits, showing him in the pits. And actually, he's leaving there. He's taking off now. That was the 8 car. I think he had that coming together with Arnett earlier. I'm sorry, with Stevens. Probably just getting a little bit. He already had tires. Oh, he's getting them changed. Maybe he didn't get them the first time. He was just trying to get in and out quickly. Managing to stay on the lead lap still.
Green.
And we're going green as he comes out. Here goes Vanna. Oh, boy. And Rochelle Bowers, they're all close together there. Folks diving down at the bottom of that dog leg. Got to be careful when they come up through there. Guys, got to give them some room. The 48 getting real racy there on this restart. There's Alfred Lasour. Looks like he's right behind Josh Bearden there in the Viagra machine. Meanwhile, Watchhorn is still leading. And boy, he dives way down into that dog leg. And interesting, the 2 lines that those drivers take. Rochelle, and he took that wide, he went out wide and turned in. And they almost got the pass there. Looks like Joshua Stevens is back on the pit road again. Maybe his damage was more severe than we thought. Rochelle working on Watchhorn for that lead. We're now at lap 62 of 250. Watchorn, Rochelle, he's taking a little look down on that dog leg. So I might take a page out of Watchorn's book there. This could get interesting. It almost seems like he's got a quicker entry into turn one than Watchorn, but he's so close to him right now. Now he's going to dive below. Let's see. He didn't go as deep as Watchorn did into the dog leg. And if you do that, if you make it shallow, then it's going to be more. You've still got more turn to deal with, and you're going to have to get out of it because you might find that outside wall real quick. That wasn't exactly what they would call diamonding the corner. And there's always that joke about the ISM. They said, what turn for? It's kind of weird. It looks like it's only 3 turns, actually. And those two are powering away from the field. Almost a full second ahead of Bowers. And Bowers, he's got some good space there now between him and Vincent Sora. In fact, everybody's starting to space out except Walter. He's got a bit of company behind him. Well, he's got Kralik, Westfield, and they're both battling hard behind him. Josh Bearden is right behind them. He's probably saying, guys, please don't mess up. Right up to that outside wall. They're trying to get a run on Westfield there. And while he does that, there goes the 48 of Vasur right under Bearden going into turn one. Wow. Because, you can get down on that apron, and I've seen cars catch that apron the wrong way, and it'll turn them right around. Bearden, his positions are changing so fast. iRacing timing and scoring, trying to keep up. Now he's in 9th position. He lost about 2 positions that quickly. Actually, Westfield lost a position as well. They both got passed. Further back, there's Maurice Gomillion. He's got a nice battle going with the 2 machine, Patrick Hernandez. Hernandez looking on that outside. Oh, and somebody was getting a little squirrely behind them. Was that other Valvoline machine? See, I can't see him because he popped out. His car is when they lose connection like that, then it just goes right to the infield or just a wide angle shot there. Maurice Gomillion, he's the 44 Valvoline machine. And a couple of cars behind him, you also have somebody that I'm moving to. It keeps cannot lock onto him for some reason. Don't know why that is. They were Swingle. And that's who I was trying to get, Rick Mitchell, in the other Valvoline car. So we have 2 Valvoline cars out there today. Gomillion and Mitchell. Meanwhile, up the front, Watchorn continues to lead Rochelle. Rochelle, looked like he got a little squirrely that time coming out of the last turn. That opened up the gap just a little bit, not much. Everybody in the top 6 positions have only pitted twice, and then there's a lot of fluctuation. But from there, there's some other guys that have pitted twice, but then You know, Dustin Swingle, he's only been in one time so far. It was lap 54 when everybody came in. He's one of the few cars. In fact, I think he's the only car that has only stopped once so far. Donald Arnett Jr. did as well back on lap 22, but he's 14 laps down. I'm not sure if he's still running or not. Yeah, he's running, but he must have been in the pits for a while for him to be that many laps down. There's Max Foner. He's running, currently running 15th position. Trying to catch Rick Mitchell. We're now lap 74 of 250. Before you know it, we'll be at the halfway point. A little further back to the front, there's the 48 Alfred Vasseur. He did a nifty move on Josh Bearden earlier. Well, he hasn't been able to get away from him, though. Bearden's still right there. Adam Westfield right behind Bearden. They're all pretty much battling. Bearden's battling for that sixth position. Side by side they go, coming onto the front stretch. Whoa, Bearden got close to the wall that time. Westfield, he's trying to decide where he wants to go. He's watching this very closely, I'm sure. Looks like Hofstadter's into the pits, Frederick Hofstadter. Looked like doesn't look like he had any damage or anything. He just decided to, I guess he's deciding to get I don't see any tires going on the car, so not sure what's happening there unless he's decided to put it behind the wall. The engine's still running. Oh, it looks like he may have, he's out. He has decided to put the car behind the wall, unfortunately for Jeff Hofstadter. Riding along now with Reno Sims in the 16th position. Here we go up to the top 10, the 10th place car, Jesse Thornock in the 28 machine there. That silver, they call it the silver bullet, sort of. For some reason, I'm reminded of that the Coors machine of Sterling Marlin back in the day. He's battling there with Hernandez. If Hernandez can catch a break, he can find his way to the front, I tell you, if he just can catch a break. We have Chip Parks. We got some green flag stops happening here. There's Chip Parks coming in. And right now he's the only car on pit road. Doesn't appear to have any damage, just rolling down to, let's see if he's going to get just fuel or maybe get 4 tires and fuel maybe. Well, he used this fast repair. The car didn't look that damaged. Top row with 4 with fuel and 4 fresh tires, and he's on his way. There's Gomillion battling with Swingle. Well, Swingle's 2 seconds ahead. He's actually battling with Mitchell there, Rick Mitchell, for that 13th position.
Caution.
Oh, and we got a caution.
What have you got?
Oh, and that looked like that was Westfield. And he locked it down right in the middle and let cars get by. And that's what you do when you spin. If your car is in the track, you just lock it down and let the field go by. And it's possible that Josh Bearden was involved with that too. Let's look at Westfield and see what happened here. Oh, and look, he got into the back of Josh Bearden there, and they both went around. And they both did the right thing. You see how they both locked it down and waiting for the field to go by. And that's folks, that's race car etiquette 101 right there. A good way to get some respect in the field when you lock it down and keep everybody else safe as well. And keep your car from getting damaged even more so. His car doesn't even look like it's got that much damage. He might have some damage on the right front there from when he hit Bearden. I wouldn't imagine he would use a faster pair for that. But now he's found himself at the tail end of the lead lap here. All the leaders are in, pretty much the whole field. And Vincent Sora, he's your leader at the moment. There's Watchhorn. He's already on the way out, and he did beat Soren out, though. Sora, I'm sorry. Soren. So Merrick Watchhorn continues to lead. Let's see if we can find Merrick real quick. The pace laps they go. Let's see. I think he's with. Is he with Throwback? No, I think he's his own team here at Watchhorn Motorsports. Let's pull him up here to the booth very quickly. Hey, Merrick, Tony Rice in the booth. You got a copy?
Got 10-4.
Yeah, man, I tell you, things getting pretty interesting out there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's getting a little hectic out here. 21's racing me and chasing me down, and he's following my line, but I'm giving everything I got. You know, later in the run, I start pulling away and, you know, start sailing.
Yeah, how's the tires holding up out there?
I'm above 90% after each of those runs. So I mean, I'm keeping the tires really nice. It's a little tight, a little snug in my case. I like a loose car, but overall, I mean, it's a great car. It's fast. This Twiggy machine might be the winning ticket for us today.
Yeah, 10-4, man. Good luck. I'm gonna put you back down to your team there, and we'll talk to you later on.
10-4.
Okay. Merrick Watchhorn lead now on lap 86. I think it's going to be 87 as we cross the line there. You see Josh Bearden, he's in the pits. He might, I don't remember if he hit the wall that hard. His right rear there is a little crinkled up there, and he might have decided just to come on in and get some fresh tires and top it off again. They've been having a few more good long runs. His car is a little banged up in the rear there a little bit. Let's see if he uses a faster pair. Not this time. He's just going to keep that ace in his pocket for later on if he needs it. Trying to get as much work done on that 6 machine as he can, and he's down and away before the field comes around. And he got out just in time because here comes the field on the restart on lap 88. And I think Watchhorn knows he's got a good car. Boy, he was close to the wall that time. And look at look at them dive below him. They're going into that dog leg. They're trying to make that maneuver work, but it hasn't worked yet. Boy, Rochelle, he's got him this time going into turn 1. Like he said, he's been watching him and trying some of his moves. Whether or not his setup can deal with it or not. Now, actually, I think they use a fixed setup in this league. It's a custom setup, but it is a fixed setup. So I believe everybody has the same setup that they're racing with. There are some little small adjustments that you can make, with your steering and I believe your brake bias. It just depends on how they have their league set up. And this time, Merrick Watchorn, he concedes that lead to Kyle Rochelle. Now leading lap 90, starting lap 91 of 250. And Watchorn, he might just bide his time here. And you heard him say he thinks he might have a car to beat. So we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. Sometimes, there's no point in battling for that lead when you're only halfway through the race. If you got a good car, you got to keep your equipment fresh and stay out of trouble and save your stuff till the end. Don't want to completely show your hand halfway through the race. Rochelle and Watchorn once again distancing themselves from the rest of the field. There's Carson Bowers. I think he lost his the front clip on the car there early in the race, and once he got that put on there, and he's found his way back to the front once again. Got Vincent Sora behind him. They've both been up there at the front a lot lately. A little further back, there's Vasseur. Yeah, he's been hard charging through the field. He made a nice move on Josh Bearden going into turn 1 a little earlier. He's raced his way up to a top 5 position at this moment. Looking to see if he can chase down the front 4. I believe that's them right in front of him. 2 pairs of cars right in front of him right there. It does seem like that car is a bit loose going into 1, though. He's sawing on that wheel just a little bit. There's Jonathan Roberts running 17. And now we only have 19 cars on the lead lap. Josh Bearden, he's actually the tail end of the lead lap. And he's going to have to get going now because Rochelle, he's only just about 8 seconds behind. And this may be one of them times where Josh wouldn't mind a caution. He may not wish for it, but he probably wouldn't mind one. You know what they say, you wish for a caution, you end up being the caution. He just drove underneath our Arnett Jr. there. Further back up the front, there's Thomas Walter running in the 6th position. Trying to put some pressure on the 48 of Vasseur there. And there's Hernandez right behind him. Patrick Hernandez trying to make his way to the front, folks. I tell you, Hernandez has a way to find his way to the front. We've seen some other drivers do it early in the season. There he dives down. He likes taking that low line into that dog leg. Oh, and he gets together with Vasseur. And that's a caution flag. And
I'm thinking we're going to want
He
and
brushes
now
the
you're
wall
looking,
there
I'll
a
leave
little
that up
bit.
to
I
you.
don't think he has a whole lot of damage though, and that definitely was what brought out the caution there. Boy, he flew into that dog leg, and it looked like, let's slow that down a little bit here. And he came out of there, and it looked like he was going to be fine. And then he comes and, well, okay, the 48 was all losing it a little bit, and they kind of just came together there. They both were kind of heading towards the same piece of real estate, and it doesn't look like neither one of them had 100% control of the vehicles. So I would say that's more of a racing incident. And he spun right around there just enough to keep that nose out of the wall. And that's caution on lap 100. We just about made it to the halfway point, but not quite. There's Rochelle coming down, Watchhorn right behind him. There's the 41 of Vincent Sora. And they're all in the pits. Now Rochelle, he came to a stop first. Let's see if he gets out first. And there's Walter right behind Sora there. I'm sorry, not Sora, but Rochelle. There's Rochelle. There he goes. And he came out second position, and Swingle beat them all out. Dustin Swingle, your new leader here on lap 101. I think this is the first time Swingle's been up at the point. The Vasseur, he's making his way out of the pits. Chip Parks, he's coming in. And Beard, he's making his way out. Ryan Ferraro's coming in for service. Oh, and Ferraro, he did overshoot his pit stall there just a little bit. Ferraro, he is down at the other end of pit road, but he's going to have to get a move on. And I think he just, yeah, he's on his way out now. There he goes. Long before the other cars get there, the lead cars. Here comes Swingle and company off of pit road. And it's showing him as the leader. Who is that in front of him? I didn't see. Somebody just got a. I think that was, maybe that was Mitchell Jr. No, not. He's not eating. No, he's out. Apparently. Or either we can't lock in on him there and stuff. We'll go back to the leader here. Looks like the lights are out on the pace truck. Fixing to go green once again near lap 104. The pace truck is in. Waiting for that green flag. Green flag's in the air, and we're racing again on lap 104. Swingle leads them into turn one. He's trying his hand at that, diving down into that dog leg. Followed closely by Rochelle. Vincent Sora, he's in third, and Carson Bauer's fourth. Merrick Watchhorn found himself at the back of the top five there. So he's going to have a little patience there and I believe they are they don't have any lap cars close to them. But that's looks like that's Rochelle. They're diving down into the dog leg there. So they've got clear running in front of them. A little further back, there's Aaron Crawlick. Currently running 7th position. He's got a pretty comfortable position right now. Nobody's too close. Got that silver bullet of Jesse Thornhawk right behind him, trying to run him down.
Caution.
And we do have a caution.
What do you think, bud? You think you're all right
And
out there?
this time it looks, oh no, and it looks like it might be, okay, it looks like it's Alfred Vasseur, I believe. Let's take a look back and see what we see here. There's Vasseur. Oh, and he lost it a little bit, tried to save it, and he just about collects Josh Bearden, and there's that effect, bounce from the outside to the inside wall, and he locks it down. People get right on by. It happens so quickly, folks. It's amazing how the cars here at ISM, when they hit that outside wall, they just rock it down to the inside so quick. And that's the thing about here. You just don't have a whole lot of time to react to anything on that front stretch. Looks like his back end's a little tore up, but the front looks pretty good. Well, none too worse for Ware there. Kyle Rochelle, he continues to lead. Vincent Soar, Dustin Swingle, Carson Bowers, and Merrick Watchhorn, your top 5. Bowers trying that little fake there. A couple other guys were doing it, but the rest aren't. There's Hernandez. He's coming on. He's leading the guys in that are coming in. Followed by Josh Bearden. We've got the 20 machine of Reno Sims. There's a 19 of Max Foner. Quite a few cars came in, actually. Pretty much the half of the field, I would say. Let's see who gets out of there first. There's Mike Vano. He's one of the first cars to go out. There's Patrick Hernandez. He's now in 11th position. And Josh Bearden, he was on the tail end of the lead lap, but he's still managing to stay on the lead lap now. There's Maurice Gomillion. Looks like him and I think that's Warner down there. The 17 machine. Yeah, there's Warner. He's on his way back out. And somebody else came in. Who was that? That is the 30 of Chip Parks. So everybody's down and away, and that's everybody that was on pit road. We're getting closer and closer to that halfway point. About 14 laps away. Well, there's a couple other folks decided to go in. There's Rick Mitchell. He's coming in the other Valvoline car. He's going to get 4 tires and fuel. The car looks pretty clean. Doesn't look like he's had any contact with anybody. Back up to Yelita Rochelle. I think they're waiting for the green flag, and there we go. Restart lap 113. Vincent Soares right there. Seems like every time on a restart, at least one guy tries that deep, that dive down into the dog leg. And looked like it might have bit somebody this time. Matter of fact, it looks like maybe Alfred Vasseur and Rick Mitchell Jr. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Let's slow it down. Oh, and he got sideways there. Tapped the wall. And he came right down and almost got the 8. Let's see what happened with Alfred Vasseur, because he was showing something happened there as well. Oh no, that was that was that other incident. Yeah, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong one there. That was from earlier on and stuff. I thought they were right together. But Vasseur, there he is in the pits now. We're live again. There's Ryan Ferraro, Dakota Moniz. He's there. Those are the only three in the pits at the moment. And on lap 115, a 250. He's going to get 4 tires and fuel. Let's see here. There's Josh Bearden. He's still towards the back of the field there, running in 15th at the moment. Let me see if we can grab him very quickly here. Because the lights, you know what, I think the lights might be getting ready to go off. I don't want to get them right as they're getting ready to come to the restart. Because the minute you start talking, and then before you know it, the pace truck has gone on around there. And even under caution, it doesn't take that long to make a lap around here. And the lights are still on the pace truck, so we may have one more lap of caution here. The lights may go out this time around. Let's go see if we can grab Josh Bearden here. Let's see if we can find him in the chat server here. He's with Throwback Racing. Let's see. Don't see. Is he in the channel today? I actually don't see him in the. Oh, he's in. Josh Bearden is in race control for some reason. Don't know why. Hey, Josh, it's Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, Tony?
How you doing, man? Do you need me to put you back down to race control for a minute? Are you talking about something that you need to finish?
No, I don't really have anything to say at this point. I've got 2 black flags I've got to serve. I'm about to blow my motor, so my race is already done anyway.
Oh, man, sorry to hear that. You having some overheating problems, or?
Well, I've been run into enough times that my water temperature is almost 300, so
wow.
I have to just pit and back out and be done.
Yeah. Well, do you want me to put you back down to race control? Because I think you're getting ready to go green again.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay, good luck now, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
For now.
Green.
And we're green once again. Rochelle, your leader, takes him down into turn 1. There's Vince Sora right behind him. Followed by Schwingel and Watchorn. Look at that. He made the move up to third, or trying to get third. Everybody's diving to the inside. People are starting to like that dog leg, going deep into that dog leg more and more. It doesn't seem it's paid off, though, because they've allowed Merrick Watchorn to go by again. Back to third position. Schwingel and them, they're battling hard back there. Carson Bowers and Thomas Walter. They're 5 laps away from the halfway point, now lap 120 of 250. Walter trying to get under Schwingel there. Got to be so careful coming off of that turn. You catch that left rear quarter panel, and that car in front will be going around. A little further back, there's Patrick Hernandez. He's running 8th. He had a little bit of trouble earlier on. He's trying to hang in there. Currently running 8th position. Jesse Thornock, he may be a new driver. I don't remember seeing him in here before. He's hanging on to a top 10 position there, currently running 9th with Aaron Kralik behind. Doing a good job so far, keeping that silver bullet pretty clean out there. There's Reno Sims, now in 11th position, trying to chase down Mike Vano in front of him. A little further back, there's Alfred Vasseur. Now, I saw some smoke. I don't know if that was just a car just blinking out or what. We don't have any reports of anybody spinning out or anything. I saw a car back in there, Steve Vasseur. He's also blinking, and there was a car behind him. I also saw. Let's go to Vince Gomillion here and do a rear shot on him. I think one of those cars behind him is blinking out just a little bit. I saw somebody blink just a little bit when we were locked on the Vasseur there. See that smoke right there? That might be the car in front of Gomillion. Somebody's got a connection issue going on. And you're battling a slick track and cars winking in and out. That's a recipe for a disaster there, folks. Further back is Joshua Stevens. He's trying to hold off Max Foner and Dakota Moniz back there. There's Foner. He's the meat in the sandwich. There's Dakota Moniz. Currently running 18th position. Meanwhile, up the front, Rochelle, he continues to lead here. In fact, he's got over a half-second lead over Vincent Soar. Watchorn still in 3rd position. In fact, Sora's got his hands full with Watchorn right now. He can't worry about catching Rochelle. just past the halfway point now, 128 laps of 250. A little further back, there's Thomas Walter. He's now in the top 5. He's got a little pressure from Stringle, not much, just about a second ahead of him actually. Trying to close in on the 41 of Carson Bowers there. There's Patrick Hernandez. Everybody's starting to space out once again. Oh, and the minute I say that is a caution. Oh my goodness. And this time it was Jonathan Roberts. Let's take a look and see here what happened. Oh, and there's Roberts. He was sitting in the track there. Let's go back again and see what happened to him there. Going down into turn 1, and the angle that he's at, he's so high. It looks like he's just going to go straight into the wall. Yeah, he was never going to make that turn. He just wasn't in the right position at all to even try to go into turn 1. And he managed to lock it down and stay high. And, of course, nobody else was involved. So, yeah, that's great. Oh! I can't. Oh, my goodness. That, yeah, that's what you don't do, folks. You saw at the very end there, I was about to say he locked it down and allowed everybody to go by, and then he just rolled down right in front of some other folks there. And yeah, that's not what you want to do there at all. Here comes your leaders, everybody pretty much coming down into the pits. Tires and fuel, lap 132 of 250. You're watching the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge presented by Bolt Log Group. This is round 6 here at ISM Raceway. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Please don't forget to hit that like button, share it, and subscribe so you know next time we're going live. Vincent Sora now is your leader. I think this is his first time being up at the point today. Get past the halfway point, folks. Man, things are going to start getting hectic real quick. A few more drivers on the pit road. There's Josh Bearden. You know, you heard him say earlier, man, he's just having a rough day out there. Been hit a few times and gotten some overheating problems, and I guess it's just a matter of time. He's probably trying to nurse that car to the end. Hopefully it will not blow up on him. But you start getting water temperatures like 300, boy, that's hard to deal with in 103-degree weather. Don't know if he's already used his fast repair. He's obviously not using it right now. Just a straight up repair and got a little bit of work done to the car and get some tires and fuel. And he's down and away. Jonathan Roberts, he's still on the pits. There's this 17 of Warner. Back up to our leader, Vincent Sora. The lights look like they're out on the pace truck there. Yeah, they're out. We'll be going green this time around. They're pacing their way now down through the open dog leg there. Watchhorn, he's already kind of dipping down there. He's trying to get ready for this restart here. I don't think I've really seen him dip too far, not too severe on the restart. We've seen some other guys do it, but it'll be interesting to see what happened this time. Pace truck is in, looking for that green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Restart here at lap 135. They've all kind of snaking down the front stretch there, and the 21 got a little wide there. Rochelle, he really had to gather it up, and he lost all kinds of positions there. Looks like he's back down to 5th position. Did a great job of holding on to it, but it did cost him a few positions. Now he's trying to fight off the 2 car of Hernandez. And looked like, I think that was the...
How was your forward drive there towards the end of that?
Looked like that was Carson Bowers, I believe. Let's see what happened here. And Bowers, there you go. He saw him get loose there trying to gather it up, and once it starts going, it's gone, and he didn't hit the wall super hard. He's just kind of grazing along the wall there, and that's probably the softest hit we've seen all day today. Of course, it was enough to bring out the caution flag. And that's still good to say that, you know, we have not seen a whole lot of tore up cars here today. Just, you know, just guys who've got some damage from maybe getting rear-ended a little bit or, you know, having some serious contact with the walls. But no big pileups. Now on lap 137 of 250. Is anybody in the pits? No, nobody's coming in this time. Not this time around anyway. There's a couple now that may be a couple of guys on the lap down. There's Max Foner. He's coming in. Oh, there Chip Parks. There's Carson Bowers. And Vasseur, there he is back there getting tires and fuel. Oh, wow, and he's having some connection issues while sitting in the pits there. You see how his car is popping in and out like that. And yeah, he popped out again there. And, you know, sometimes I've been in races where guys will, sometimes when they're pacing, it seems like their graphics are the PCs are being pushed a little harder when they're going slow like that. Of course, you know, not everyone has a top-end PC. iRacing doesn't typically take a whole lot of computing power. It's rather PC friendly, but when you get large fields, you know, like I said, we got a 27 car field here today, you know, and that depends on how you have the graphics set, and that can start to stress things out just a little bit, depending on your, you know, what you got under the hood there in your PC. Looks like, okay, we got Vincent Soro, Merrick Watchhorn back to second position. Kyle Rochelle, Patrick Hernandez. There's Hernandez back up in the top. He's showing in fourth right now. And he is just quietly making his way to the front. Lap 139 of 250. And knock on wood, so far it seems the front is the safest place to be in this race. This will be interesting. I can't wait to see this restart and see if Hernandez has anything for him, whether or not he would even really try that hard at this point. We're not quite close to go time. Even if they were to go green, I could see them probably doing at least one more pit stop. At least, if anything, for tires. Lights are out on the pace truck. Waiting for that green flag, and we've got it, and there we go. Sora takes him down to turn 1. The watch horn right behind him, followed by Kyle Rochelle and Hernandez. Walter is right on the tail of Hernandez. You see him kind of gathering it up in the middle of that turn. I keep wanting to say 3 and 4, but it doesn't feel like 3 and 4. They're kind of skating around that track today. Every time they get back on the power, you can hear them just easing back into that throttle. You got to squeeze that throttle because that back end seems like it'll just break away any moment. He had to get out of it for a second there. He's got a bit of pressure on him from David Swingle. I'm sorry, Dustin Swingle. My apologies, Dustin. Swingle was taking a peek down there on the inside. I said, they're your leaders right there. Now lap 145 of 250. Swingle, he may be pacing himself as well. And you see they're starting to break away from the rest of the field. That's Aaron Kralik behind them in that white car. Kralik up in the 7th position now.
Caution, caution.
Oh, wow, and we do have a caution.
Save us a little here.
I think somebody might have.
Get your fans
Let's see. This one looks like it might be. Looks like it might be Josh Warner and Donald Arnett. Let's take a look here and see what we see here. Okay, Arnett Jr. He's by himself. Oh, and okay, and it was Warner was already in the wall. And Arnett, he just didn't have anywhere to go. Let's go back and look at Warner here. There's Warner. He's going into turn 1. And you know what? Now he's getting down. Got to watch that. He's not really on the apron, though, because I've seen that apron trip some guys up, and he's getting down on that line. Now, you know what he might see? He went just a little too low, and I think that apron got him, folks. That can be treacherous, and it snapped back to the right on him, and now he's just along for the ride. Nothing that he can do, trying to lock it down to stay off the wall. And here comes the 8 car, and he bounces off a little bit, just enough to collect the 8. And nothing that he could do either. The 8 car, he couldn't do anything about that. Arnett Jr. Let's see. Warner. Looks like Warner's decided to put it out of the put it over the wall there and stuff, and he's retired the vehicle. Vincent Sora continues to lead. There's Foner and the 88 Joshua Stevens. Chip Parks on his way back out. Ryan Ferraro behind him. There's Dakota Moniz. Staying out of trouble pretty much all day. He's blinking a little bit there too. Alfred Vasseur back into the pits again. It looks like that's Frederick Hofstetter in front of him. Vasseur is on his way out. There's Hofstetter. I'm sorry, Jonathan Roberts. Back up to your leader here, Vincent Sora. And looks like the lights are out on the pace truck, and so they'll be going green next time around. Sora, Watchhorn, Bowers, Rochelle, and Walter, your top five, followed by Dustin Swingle, Aaron Kralik, Patrick Hernandez, 8th position, Adam Westfield, 9th, Maurice Gomillion is your, well, yeah, the top 10. Well, now it's showing Mike Vano as your top 10 there. Pace truck getting ready to turn in. Looking for that green flag, and we got it. Restart on lap 151. 149 laps remaining. Wow, and Watchhorn goes way wide, and he's going to open the door there. We saw the same thing happen earlier with another driver, and boy, he lost 2 positions there easy.
Caution somewhere.
Oh, wow, and we got some guys in the back there.
Last run, did you see any rubber laying down at all?
Looks like Vano, he was involved. Looks like he's a little tore up there. Let's take a look back and see what we see here. Here's on the restart. And they're getting ready to go down into the final turn here. There's Vano in that red number 27 car. Looks like he the 44 of Maurice Gomillion. And looks like Vano is just starting to lose. See him starting to lose it, and as his car turns in, and Maurice is already down there, so he's really no place that he can go. And he basically just knocks the 27 up into the wall. And did he collect anybody else? It doesn't look like it. Who is that coming behind him? The 30 car. Oh, he just did get by. Woo, that was close. That's caution on lap 153 of 250. The cars have been, I mean, yeah, his back of his car is pretty much gone there, but for the most part, most of the cars have been holding up pretty good, even when they make contact with the wall. A few guys on pit road there. There's Chip Parks. There's Dakota Moniz. Now in 17th position, or he's in 16th now. I think he passed, might have passed Parks there, I believe. or Roberts. That's how it's scoring them there. Vincent Sora, your leader. With Rochelle, Bowers, Watchhorn, and Walter, your top 5. Dustin Swingle, 6th. Patrick Hernandez, 7th. Aaron Kralik, 8th. 9th, Adam Westfield and Maurice Gomillion round out the top 10. The lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to have one more lap of caution. There's Mike Vano. He's just coming into the pits here. Boy, he better hurry up too. It looks like he's just getting maybe some fuel. He's not getting tires. He's just getting a splash of fuel there. I don't think I can't believe he could make it to the end right now. He just might just wanted to top it off in case they have some green flag pit stops down the way. You never know how that stuff will cycle out. You can go a little bit further than the next guy. Vincent Sora leading them down now. Lights are out on the pace truck this time. It will be going green.
Not going.
Okay, we're not going for some reason there. They've called off the restart. Not exactly sure why. Don't see anybody. Nothing's going on around the track. The whole field is together there. Now lap 156 at 250. Riding on board with Adam Westfield there, down in the top 10, or down to the 10th position. He has been running a little higher in the field.
Green.
And we've got a green flag. Restart lap 157. Sora got a pretty good jump that time. I think he caught Carson Bowers asleep at the switch there. And Bowers, he's got Watchhorn all over him. Only a couple of tenths behind. Starting to space out a little bit more there. Now there's Rochelle. He's under pressure once again from Walter. Walter and Swingle actually. And the caution's out. Walter just did get by, but not sure if that pass happened before the caution came out, though. Let's see. Oh, man, that involved Aaron Kralik from the looks of things. He's still rolling. Car looks a little banged up there. Let's go back and see what happened there with Aaron. coming out of the turn there onto the front stretch, and it looks like he just started skating right up to the wall, and same thing, trying to recover. And did he get the inside wall? Yeah, there he goes. Boy, I tell you. And he's fighting it, and he just, I mean, somebody else kind of hit the same way like that. It was kind of a light kiss on the inside wall, enough to crinkle the bodywork there, and hopefully not too much damage. Boy, I tell you, trying to correct coming off of the last turn, man, the car just really seems a little loose coming out of that last turn. We were talking to Watchorn a little earlier, and he did say the car just felt loose. There's Watchorn coming into the pits now. Rochelle behind him. Most of your leaders, there's Gomillion and Bearden. There he's coming in. Josh Bearden's actually in 10th position right now. Not bad for a guy whose car getting ready to blow up, according to him. Maybe he's getting just enough work done on that Viagra machine to keep that thing going. Now I wonder if he's going to, does he have a faster pair left? He may not. Because if his car is that close to blowing up, I'm pretty sure he would roll the dice and just use it now, just to stay in the race. And you see, he's sitting there trying to get some work done on that machine and just get it as good as he can before the field comes around. And he has to take off. The pace truck is on the front stretch, so he's going to have to go now to keep from going a lap down. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. I believe and there's a pace truck right there. And did he beat it out? Wow, that was close. Boy, you can't cut it much closer than that. Josh Bearden managed to get out. He's on the tail end of the lead lap, but still on the lead lap. Caution on lap 162 or 250. Well, hopefully he can nurse that thing home to a finish here. If he didn't have that damage, boy, he would have been in pretty good shape, and he was up in the top 10, but had to spend the required time in the pits to just make sure that he can keep that 6 machine running. And catching up to the back of the field now. Up at the front, Vince Sora lights are out on the pace truck. We'll be going green next time around. You're watching the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge presented by Bolt Law Group here at ISM Raceway. Please like, share, and subscribe our broadcast so you can keep up with our different things we present to you throughout the week. Now Bearden, he's back on pit road. He's just gonna, he's there, and I tell you, they're getting ready to go green, and he took off now, so that's good because they're just about to pace truck's about to turn in. Waiting for that green flag. Bearden's got his foot to the floor, trying to come around. And we're green once again. Oh, and who was that? Was that Schwingel off the wall just a little bit? He's getting mighty close up there. It was either Schwingel or the 41 of Carson Bowers. Oh, boy, the 41 is getting super close. He's got that second position.
Caution is out.
And we have another caution. Let's see.
What can we do to try to help it if we do get another restart?
Now, this one looks like it's Reno Sims. I don't even see Sims. Is he out? It's showing out. Okay, he's put the car behind the wall. So let's move back on up to somebody around. Let's go look at the replay, see if we can see what happened there. Okay, it's not showing. We're trying to lock in on Sims, but it's not showing Sims. There he is right there. Okay, wow, his hood's missing already. Oh, and yep. Came off of that last turn too hard and just into the wall. And you know, he said, you know what? That's it. That's enough fun for one day. Tough break for Reno Sims. Oh, look at that little trying to fake him out. Schwingel wasn't having it, and boy, I tell you, that was that was a close fake too. I mean, he just about run himself right there into the barriers. Boy, that would have been embarrassing. I'm glad he didn't do that. That was super close. Now at lap 167 to 250. Laps are winding up now. We've got some cars. One guy, somebody peeled down to the track. That was Vincent Sora, I think it was. Couldn't quite see who it was. I thought it was another red car. It might have been Soros because, you know, a lot of folks are dipping way down into that dog leg on a pace lap. Not exactly sure why. There's Mike Vano coming in for some servicing. Right now, he's the only car coming in. Not sure who that was. There's a car on the track. If you look at the track map, you see there in turns 1 and 2. I don't know what that P stands for. That I don't know who that is. Let's see if we can get his initials on there and see. It's not even showing a name, so I'm not really sure if that's a car or what that is back there. See, here's Stevens. He's at the tail end of the lap there, and there's Vano. Now he's behind Stevens. And there's Sora. He's got the pace truck right in front of him. You know, it's weird. When I click on the Sora, and that I think the computer thinks that's the pace truck, but it's looking like it's behind the field instead of in front of it. Yeah, there have been some weird things happening this week on the server for sure. Gonna be, let's see, are the lights out on the pace truck? Yes, they are. We'll be restarting here on lap 170. Sora, Bowers, Walter, Schwingel, Westfield, your top 5, followed by Hernandez, Rochelle, Roberts, Watchhorn, and Vasseur. Round out the top 10. Waiting for that green, and we've got it. Restart. Here's Vincent Sora. Bowers and Schwingel down into turn 1 there. Bowers, he's blinking a little bit.
Caution.
And, oh, we got a pileup in the back.
All right, you talking about
Oh, no, I think it was I think Watchhorn was there. There's Watchhorn. Oh, man, the 3 car of Jonathan Roberts. There's Watchhorn. He's just sitting there. Oh, man. And I think I'm pretty sure he thought he had something for him today too, because he was running good. I noticed he was down there at the bottom of near the bottom of the top 10. That's the furthest down I'd seen him all day. Let's go back and look and see what happened. Here's a restart here. Looking at Jonathan Roberts, the 3 car. There's Watchorn. He's coming up out of the dog leg there. And I saw somebody blinking in front of them, a car blinking a little bit. And looks like the 3. Let's run that back a little bit. There's the 3 coming along, and Watchorn's moving up the track, and see, boy, the 3 just really got stuck between him and the 21. So, I don't know what he could have done. And he was just stuck in a really tough place right there. And unfortunately, just kind of collected the both of them. The 12 car, he gets by. And yeah, that was I would say that was a racing incident. That was just a tough deal there. Jonathan Roberts really had no place to go whatsoever. He's in the pits along with Rochelle. Rochelle, he's in the pits. Watchorn, he's getting work done on his car. And Watchorn, he's going to be in danger of going a lap down. How quickly your fortunes can change. You've been riding at the front of the pack and now find yourself at the back, and there he is lighting it up to get out of there before the pace truck comes by. Currently 18th position. Vincent Sora is your leader. And Jonathan Roberts, he's still on pit road. He's the only one on pit road at the moment. Now lap 173 at 250. I believe the lights are out on the pace truck this time. Let's take a look and see here. No, yep, they're out. They just did go out, I believe. Jonathan Roberts, he's still on pit road. He may be getting as much work done as possible on that vehicle. He's just about at the tail end of the lead lap now. Meanwhile, Sora Company, they're getting ready to go into the final turn here. Waiting for that pace truck to pull in. Lights are green, and we're racing once again, lap 175. Sora with a good restart again. The rest of the field is kind of packed up back there. There's Dustin Swingle running in third position. And there's Walter taking a peek on the inside. And can he get up under him? Not, yeah, he might get it. Let's see if he dips to the dog leg there. He didn't go in there too deep. Trying to make that pass on Swingle. Looks like he's got it. Trying to get it at the line. He's going to take that third place position. Not the first time we've seen Walter move his way up to the front, folks. And the guy's on a mission. He's trying to get there. Lap 177 or 250. Very smooth coming out of one. And you can see some of the guys are dealing with the setup maybe a little better than others because he's not sawing on that wheel at all. He's got very good rhythm. And that, you hear drivers say it over and over again. You got to be smooth. You got to hit your marks. Smoothness equals quickness equals a good lap time, which helps get you to the front. Speaking of quick, boy, Vincent Sora, he's pretty much checked out right now. Just hit a second gap over Bowers. He really wants to get away from the field. Wow, look at, he has just dropped the hammer and he is just gone. Vincent Sora, your leader. Lap 180 of 250. Getting right down there to that line. Running a good line out of turn 1 and 2. And there's Bowers. Just under a second behind Sora. And followed closely. There's, oh, let's see. Let's go back to Bowers. And followed closely by Walters and Dustin Swingle. Let's see, have they spaced? Yeah, look at the top three there. They've definitely pulling away from the rest of the field there a little bit. Oh, I'd say the top four, actually. Swingle trying to fight back on Walter. Oh, boy, he got close to that left rear quarter panel. He might be able to pull him off the corner here. Walter fighting hard on the outside. He's going to maintain that position. Neither one of them are taking a very deep dip into that dog leg. The deeper you go in there, the more you're going to push out coming out the other end of it. Easing back onto that throttle. There's Patrick Hernandez. He's up in the top 5 now. Another good day for Patrick. Keeping that 2 car out of trouble. Hell, heck, sometimes even when he's found trouble, he manages to fight back and keep finding him way. You know, a lot of times he'll start a little further back in the field, but I tell you, he finds his way to the front. I could say the same thing about Swingle and Walter. You know, they start a little further back, but they always seem to find their way to the front. when it counts, and especially in the latter stages of the race here. There's Adam Westfield. He's having a good run. He's been staying out of trouble for the most part. Hanging on the nice, good top 10 position right now. Trying to stay ahead. Well, that's Vasseur. He's a lap. He's not on the lead lap anyway. Vasseur is like, I think maybe one lap down. Yeah, Vasseur, he's the only car that's a lap down, and then everybody else is 2 laps or more. So we have 16 cars on the lead lap. Sora continuing to try to check out. Over a 1.5 seconds lead now over Bowers. In fact, the top 3 are kind of separated from each other. There's Sora and there's Bowers. He's a pretty good gap between him and Dustin Schwingel. Schwingel under the most pressure from Walter. Thomas Walter with that top 4 position right now. Haven't really seen Walter put a foot wrong all race long. He's been pretty smooth as well. He hasn't been right at the front, but don't know if how good his restarts have been. But he's enough there. If they're close at the very end, then he'll be there to say something about it. Lap 192 at 250. Hernandez trying to make a play on Walter here for that top 4 position. And they've got a pretty good gap, from the rest of the cars behind them. Very good gap, definitely. Now it's all about being patient and watching your opponent and studying him all the way around the track. Find out where you're better than him. Boy, they're running up on the 30 car there, Chip Parks. Parks staying out of the way. That's a good job there by Parks. Parks is he's only like the 2nd car. Maybe I think he's like 2 laps down. He got by the 30 car, but that created a little bit of a gap there for Walter. Hernandez having to play catch up. Well, further back, there's Josh Bearden. He's in the top 10 once again. Boy, I tell you, he's been finding himself all the way back to the end of the field, end of the lead lap, and there's only 14 cars on the lead lap now, and he's managed to stay on that lead lap, and trying to get some points for that throwback racing team. Anybody be happy with a top 10 finish. Everything else after that is gravy. A little further back, there's Maurice Gomillion running 12th. He's not really under pressure from anybody. That Rochelle, he's not on the lead lap. That's right behind him there. Sometimes you catch guys that are not, they're a lap or more behind you, and they may have fresh tires, and of course it's always better just to let them go. No point in battling with that guy. Absolutely nothing to gain whatsoever. Looks like he'll let the 21 through there. Smart racing by the 44. There's the 30 of Chip Parks. And actually, Parks is being, let's see, let's look at that gap again. Is he on the lead lap? No, he is a lap. Him and Vasseur are the only two cars a lap down now. There's Joshua Stevens, the 88 machine. He's had a little tough luck today, running 14th. He's pretty clear of the 15th place Moniz. Starting to close in on Ryan Ferraro, though. A little bit less than a second now. And they don't have the leaders too far behind them. So I'm sure he's doing everything he can. He takes a little bit of a dip down there into that dog leg. See how he carried that line kind of wide coming out of that dog leg. You dip down like that and you just can't keep it down to that yellow line, and we've got another caution here. Let's see. That one looks like it's on Carson Bowers. Let's take a look and see what happened with him. There's the 41, and oh, you see he's already sideways. And he's just losing it now. Actually, coming out of one. Nobody around him at all. So hopefully he did not hit the wall. He's counter steering, trying to stay away from it. He's got so much runoff there. Probably be just as easy to just loop it around. If he can loop it around. He's trying to lock it down there because he's flying back up to the track. You don't want that. Whoa, boy. Woo, there goes, who is that? Somebody went on the inside. And just a love tap onto the wall. He should be okay from that, and I backed up just enough to get going. Like, please don't back down too far into somebody else. Everybody's on pit road, including Carson Bowers. He's still on the lead lap, though. 12th position. Everybody diving into the pits. There's Kralik. And Carson, there's Bowers coming on in. And Bano, he's a little further back. Walter, he's in. Pretty much everybody on the lead lap. Walter down and away. Sora beating him out, though. Will retain that first position. Looks like Vasseur is second. Well, he's showing third. Did he stay out? Let's see. Looked like he was already on the track there as they were coming around. And he's blinking out a little bit. Looks like he might be getting ready. I don't know if they get bonus points for leading a lap. He might have stayed out just to pick up a bonus point, locking it down, trying not to get a pit road speeding violation. He is having a bit of a connection issue there. Meanwhile, Sora's once again your leader. Lap 204 of 50. 46 laps remaining, folks. Not a whole lot of time at all. The lights are on the pace truck, so we do have one more lap to go. We have Sora, Walter, Hernandez, Patrick Hernandez up to P3. Hey, what I tell you, folks, I tell you, the dude knows how to get to the front. Him and the guy right in front of him, Thomas Walter. I tell you, you don't want to give him too many opportunities. because they're going to make something happen if you let them hang around and hang around and hang around. That's not going to be good for you. Looks like somebody just got a wave around there, I believe. There's Watch going. Now he's in 14th position. He was running so well all race long and just got caught up with another car there, and just an unfortunate series of events. It's got him mired back in the pack now. If he can get around folks, he might be able to work his way back up there, at least into the top 10, see what happens after that. The pace truck is going into the pit road and getting ready to get that green flag, and we've got it. Restart lap 206. Walter and Hernandez battling going into turns 1 and 2. Hernandez, he's dipping down into that dog leg hard. Trying to get that position from Walter. That did not work. Walter, he's definitely free and clear of the 2 machine. Walter setting his sights on the number 14, Vince Sora. We're at lap 207. I think we're kind of starting to get close to that time where, got to get on down to the nitty gritty here, folks. No time to be playing around anymore. Kid gloves about to come off. Some of these guys have been saving their stuff, and now's the time to stay up the front if you can. There's Hernandez and Schwingel, second, third, and fourth. Aaron Kralik in the top 5. He's been bounced around a little bit, and he's got himself up in the top 5. And look who's else up there, Josh Bearden. We were talking to him earlier, and he just knew his car was going to blow up, and here he is solidly up into the top 10, flirting with going a lap down, 2 or 3 cautions at a time there, trying to get work done on that 6 machine. Managing to hold on, try to hold on for a decent finish here. At the very least, help with those team points for Throwback Racing. Behind him is Adam Westfield, also been having a pretty solid day. He's been spending a lot of time in the top 10. Now he's a half second from Bearden, and Gomillion is a half second from him. So, yeah, he's got to pay attention to everything going on around him right now. Looks like he got a little bit of damage on the right front of that hood, but I don't think it's obviously now ISM obviously isn't a track where you have to be too concerned about the aerodynamics as far as drafting. The straightaways just aren't long enough for you to really reap the benefits of that. And it's just, I guess, relatively speaking, I guess you could say it's just slow enough that even if you contact the wall, like I said, we haven't been seeing a whole lot of guys get a lot of damage tonight. Some of them just really just brush the wall and just keep on going. Westfield, he's trying to pull away from Watchhorn there. Watchhorn is up to 8th position. He was back there, I think he was like 14th on the restart. And I was saying, see if he can try to get up into the top 10, and then from there, hey, we'll see what happens. Merrick Watchhorn, he is not out of it yet, folks. We're only at lap 214 of 250. I mean, 8th position, you catch a caution and bunch the field up, and guess what? He's back in the show. further back, there's Max Foner. He's just outside the top 10, running 11th. There's Maurice Gomillion. He's having a good race in 9th position. Got a little ways to go there to catch Watchorn, but he's got to try to stay ahead of Mike Vano there, who's your number 10 driver in the top 10. But Vano, he's got a bit of pressure from Foner there. Meanwhile, your leader, Vince Sora, he's not, just over a half second clear of Walter. And boy, I tell you, if this thing goes green, this might become a fuel mileage thing here. Who pitted when? Everybody, darn near everybody in the field, every single car on the lead lap pitted on lap 202, except for Carson Bowers. He pitted on lap 203. So, yeah, I would say everybody's pretty much on the same fuel window. So it's just going to be straight up racing right to the end. There's Hernandez. He's under a bit of pressure there from Dustin Schwengel, trying to hold on to that third place position. Eric Pollock still running in 5th position. And I'm sure Hernandez would love for him to put pressure on Schwengel so that Schwengel has to focus more on him than on Hernandez. Good 3-car battle right here. There we are, right? And there's Josh Bearden, still in the top 10, 7th position right at the moment. He's actually starting to put a bit of pressure on Watchorn there, as he's getting pressure himself from Westfield. Bearden definitely the meat in the sandwich here. I think all three of them running. That's kind of a line I think I would run going through that dog leg. I wouldn't dip but so far in there. That seemed like a pretty good smooth line there. There's Hernandez and company. Oh, Hernandez, he really pulls up there. I mean, I'm sorry, that was Schwengel that pulled up onto his rear. Went through that dog leg there. Oh, he had to check up just a little bit. I think he might have almost got into the back of Hernandez. If he didn't check up, I think they both would have been in the wall. Swingle might be the faster car, but he's got to get that right position, coming off the corner, so he'll have clearance to run the line that he really wants to run. And that is kind of a defensive tactic of a driver as well. If you disrupt the driver behind you, throw him off of his timing, because a lot of racing is about getting into a rhythm, and sometimes you may take laps and laps planning a pass on a car because you're watching the guy and figuring out where you're better than him. And I saw it on I was watching something on YouTube the other day. They were talking about making passes, and some of the guys, the NASCAR drivers, and Hernandez does a good job saving it. Oh boy, he might open the door for Swingle if he's not careful. Swingle did run a little wide, and if he's not careful, he will open the door for Aaron Kralik. Kralik, boy, he's keeping an eye on both of them here, folks. Lap 228 of 250. Boy, Swingle took a really deep dip into that dog leg there. I don't know if he's doing it because he has to or because it's not really doing anything for him. He's still pretty much stuck behind Hernandez. And Kralik looked like he's just kind of chilling back there for a minute. He didn't go as deep that time. They're over 2.2 seconds ahead. Behind Walter. Thomas Walter right now, he's just cruising along. There he is, got Sora less than a second ahead. Now, can he catch the 14 car? He's down to half a second there. Let's ride on board with him a little bit here. Now lap 232 of 250. Less than 20 laps to go. 18, I believe, maybe 17 now. Yep, lap 233. Being smooth will help save your tires as well. And now it's getting to the point where, yeah, you're really going to need them. Sometimes it's a situation, when do I start leaning on those tires? Because once you start leaning on them, there's a bit of a window there before they're going to give up on you. And sometimes you just have to wait and try to, look at the laps as they're counting down and figure, well, I'm going to go for it now. It's about time to pull the trigger here. Sora is actually pretty much maintaining that half-second gap. I don't think passing is going to be that easy. And Sora in a Ford leading the way with a couple of Chevys chasing him. Vincent Sora, he kind of snuck his way up there into that top 5, and next thing you know, he's leading, and he might have been a sleeper all race long, and figured, hey, if I can just keep the fender straight on this thing, And toward the end, I'm going to have something for him too. And he definitely is right now. You know, he might be holding something in reserve for Walter. We'll know for sure in 14 laps. And they're getting ready to catch some lap traffic. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. There's Sora, and there's well, he's got a. That's what 0.6 seconds looks like. Ahead of Walter. But look at the traffic. He's working his way through the traffic, and they're trying to stay. There's Moniz. He got out of the way. The traffic didn't really hold either one of them up that much. Schwingel, he's pretty much the same kind of gap between him and Karlik. Karlik not quite able to you know, make any progress there to going by a lapped car there. It's Thornock up the road in front of them in the 28 car. A little further back, there's Josh Bearden. He's rolling along. Him and Adam Westfield kind of been close to each other a good portion of the race. I think Westfield might have had a little bit better luck staying out of trouble. Both running in the top 10, having a solid day. Two throwback racing cars. Many of them, if you can get in the top 10, that's part of the goal as well. If you can't win, get a good finish for the team. And now we're at lap 241, 9 laps to go. Vincent Sora trying to open it up a little bit here. Just a little bit over half a second from Walter. These laps are going to crank off pretty quick here. I'm sure Walter's giving it all he's got now. Because he's got to, first of all, he's got to get there, then he's got to pass him. And you don't have a whole lot of time left. 8 laps to go. A little further back, there's Merrick Watchorn. He's back up to 6th position, so you know he's managed to salvage some bad luck earlier in the race. Trying to see if he can catch Hernandez there for a top 5 finish. That wouldn't be a bad consolation prize, you know, from leading a lot of the race to hopefully finish in the top 5 perhaps. If he has time, 6 laps to go. He's going to catch him. He's got to do it now. There's Carson Bowers. He's pretty much along there. Maurice Gomillion. They're kind of looking like a 4-car battle there. Vermillion and actually he's 11th place. Rochelle in front of him up there down the road a little bit. That's he's not on the lead lap, but he is battling Stevens. Stevens is driving under him. Stevens takes away the 11th position, and here comes Vasura. Vasura is making a move on Gomillion as well. Don't know if his tires are starting to give up. He's running some high lines there. Got to stay off of that wall. Meanwhile, up the front, Vincent Sora, he's a little bit less than a half a second ahead of Walter now. Walter, I'm sure, is bringing everything he can to catch the 14 machine. lap 247, 3 laps to go. Walter's trying everything he can to try to get around Sora. He's closing in. Boy, I tell you, 2 laps to go now. Boy, this is going to get close here. I think he sees his spot where he's going to attack. Oh, and then look at the Sora loses it, and there's Walter right in the front. And that is all it took. Sora could feel that pressure coming. He knew he was coming. And sometimes that's all you have to do as well. Just get in that guy's head in front of you and know that he's looking in the mirror instead of out in front of him. And he's done a little bit of a bobble right there. White flag is in the air. Boy, and they're catching some lap cars too. And who is that? The 8 car. That was Arnett Jr., I believe. Off the wall. It's going to stay green. Trying to make it around this last lap here. Walter trying to hang on. Sora looking on the inside. It's not going to be enough. And Thomas Walter takes the checkered flag here at ISM Raceway. Thomas Walter, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's time for him to light them up here at ISM Raceway. And we're going to try to see if we can grab Thomas Walter here as he's finishing his donuts here and bring him into the booth. Hopefully get a word with him. We're going to go ahead and move him up to the broadcast booth here. Thomas Walter, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Thomas, this is Tony Rice in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Tony, how's it going on?
Hey, man, I tell you, congratulations, man. I tell you, I was telling the folks, man, you got to watch the 57. If you let him hang around, he's gonna pull something on you.
Hey, I mean, Vincent was doing such a great job to stay in front of me. He just got loose off of 4 there. I feel so bad for him, man. I mean, that was his race to win. He was much faster than I was, and it was just that one little mistake that I was able to get by on the front stretch. But yeah, kept the car clean all day, stayed out of trouble. I'm just happy that I was able to finish.
Yeah, I tell you, man, because there's just a lot of stuff happening today, and and like you say, you just had to be at the right place at the right time to avoid the trouble and stuff, And but I tell you, guys really put on a great show there today, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I hope the guys all watching on your stream are enjoying it, and stick around. We're gonna have a bunch more fun races.
Oh, most definitely, man. And I'm gonna let you go and enjoy with your teammates there. And congratulations again on the victory.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, take it easy now. And we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and take a look at the finishing order there. And we have, of course, the 57. Vince Sora is, I'm sorry, that's the practice results. Let's go ahead and bring it down to the race. Let's look at the right results here. There's Thomas Walter, your race winner. Vincent Sora, second. Dustin Schwingle, third position. Aaron Kralik comes away fourth place. Patrick Hernandez with a good top 5 finish. Merrick Watchhorn, not too bad, finished sixth. Josh Bearden, after the day he's had, finishing 7th position. That's pretty good. Adam Westfield also with the top 10 finish in 8th place. 9th is Carson Bowers. Mike Vano is 10th. Joshua Stevens, 11th. Alfred Vasura 12th. Ryan Ferraro 13th. Max Foner is 14th position. Then in 15th we have Dakota Moniz, Kyle Rochelle 16th. Maurice Gomillion 17th. Jesse Thornock 18th position. And then the rest of that's showing that's the 18th position. That's all the cars that we have that are showing on the track here. Everybody else had retired. So that's it for today, folks. You've been watching the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. For everyone here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.